2 minutes late on a Monday does not seem unreasonable. It's not ideal, any stretch of the imagination. I don't like to leave people waiting. I know you will find it very, very triggering. But there's a lot of triggering stuff out in the world. And maybe you lot need to toughen up, all right? Maybe you lot need to, just have a think about... There's stuff going on in the world, yeah? Bad stuff, yeah? And if me turning up 2 minutes late to this fucking 2-bit radio show, this just cavalcade of catastrophe, if that is triggering, then I don't know how you do in a war, but my guess is not very well without supply of fucking pingers, dingers, and God knows what else. Is everyone okay? Did you have nice weekends? Rate your weekend out of 10. Put it in the chat. I'll pretend that I care. Come on, let's do this. We might as well. Who's in the chat? Frisk, he's on his way to a ban, almost certainly. That's nothing new. Big Matty Wright, Monkey Z, Stin's there, Chode's there, Rob Humphries. We've got a full gang. Jake Bunger's back after a bit of a hiatus. Don't know where he's been. Possibly in prison. Wouldn't surprise me. Big Matty, he's there. The Hub. And USB 3 and Hogboy. So it's kind of a full package of degenerates, as any good Monday morning should be. So, look, Jenna's in. That's fine. The only non-degenerate in there. God, I mean, it's nice to have something to sort of, I don't know, someone to look up to in a way. I'm just looking at Wesley here, and he has taken a bit of a battering, it seems, after being hurled at a wall. I mean, there's red on the wall now. There's some of him. He's tough nut though. He wouldn't get triggered by me being 2 minutes late. He's got shit to worry about. Ben Virgo's on the go. How's he doing? Is he all right? Is he still as sexy as he used to be? Probably not. As they say, the good-looking and the young only have time to fear. Guys, it's Monday morning. We'll do our best. Welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Slugger. It's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Threshold.fm, welcome to Coffee and Memes, YouTube, welcome to the last fleeting moments of your life before climate change burns your eyes out. It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. There's a relatively, I'd say it's not a slow news week. It's not a slow news week. It's not the most sensational, but there is some good bits. Students, plural, accuse teachers of peddling anti-Brexit propaganda at schools. I fear this is happening across the country in schools. Yeah, okay. That's not an article I'll be covering, don't worry. Customer who didn't want to drive Nissan with BJ69 number plate. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. The DVLA bans number plates deemed sexual, discriminatory, or aggressive. So you won't find the number plate murder, spelt with a 12, pussy, spelt with a 15, or pervert, spelt with a 12 somehow. Okay. Well, we'll get into that. A pair spared jail for performing sex acts on a rush hour train. The side column headline of this is often different from what the headline is on the main page, but it was much more salacious. It was like, old woman fingered and eaten out of the train. It was not dissimilar from that. Anyway, this is a bit of fun, particularly because they're basically pensioners. Oh, they're actually the man is 1 year shy of a pensioner, and the woman is 57. And they fucking went at it. Like, they're doing stuff, yeah? Rush hour train. They're getting it done. Yeah, they're throwing caution to the wind. God bless them, You know, occasionally I relax my rules on where intercourse is allowed to take place. Normally, you know, I'm a bedroom, under the covers, lights off, curtain drawn kind of guy. But rush hour train, you know, when you're over 50, maybe. You know, maybe. What else you got? Woman makes 80 grand a year from posting pictures of her long tongue. That is free market capitalism at its best. You know, where there's a market, you can insert a product. And if that product happens to be a freakishly long tongue, why the fuck not? If people will pay you for your talent. You know, you just got to work out what that talent is. Maybe you have a particularly dark butthole. Yeah, maybe people want to see it. Maybe people will pay money for the pleasure of it. Maybe you got gigantic burger nipples. And, you know, if you're not bothered about your friends and family never wanting to talk to you again because all you do is sell sketches of your gigantic nipples on Etsy, 15 quid a pop, but you're making 150 grand a year out of it. Well, they abandon you at first because they're like, this is just, you're bringing shame on the family. 150 grand a year later, suddenly they all want to come round for Christmas. Just saying, you got to watch out. Snakes in the grass. New York has banned the sale of flavoured e-cigarettes. Now, a lot of people are all... There seems to be a big move on the, let's ban vapes. 6 people have died from the vapes. We got to ban the vapes. Yeah, 500,000 people die from fags every year. Just in America alone. No, we got to ban the vapes. Now, I hate vaping as much as the next man. Like, and frankly, a damn sight more. But I don't think that you've possibly got to get your priorities straight here, guys. Like, I mean, worldwide, how many million people die of cigs, of tabs, you know, of jeb-ends every year? 6 people so far on the vape. You know, I'm not saying don't ban them. I'm just saying, yeah, no, ban them, but not for that reason. Ban them because they make people look ridiculous. Hey, I tell you what. I should have started the show with this, really. I don't know, I got here in a bit of a rush. Yesterday, went for a walk around Hove Park. Lovely park. Oh, lovely. Long dog likes it. It's a nice little cafe. Ample coffee facilities. And normally, traditionally, you get a decent class of park goer. You know, Preston Park, it's quite mixed. You've got the nice sort of posh people of the Golden Triangle area of Brighton and smackheads. You know, it's a real mixed bag. But when you're in deepest, darkest Hove, there's not a lot of smackers. There's not a lot to be done around there in terms of you know, smack activities. Smacktivities. You know, they're better off down the pit. Because you think is when you're in the Preston Park, you've easy access to the London Road area, which is a real hotspot for smacktivities. So anyway, I was in Hove Park and said to Hayley, a lot of fat people in here today. What's going on? A lot of fat people vaping. A lot of fat people vaping on their phones. What's going on? And gradually it becomes a lot of people in Pokemon t-shirts. A lot of fat people in Pokemon t-shirts vaping on their phones. A lot of fat people with dyed-coloured, SJW-style dyed-coloured hair vaping Pokemon t-shirts on their phones in Hove Park. I can only assume that there's been some sort of Pokemon Go update because every single one was playing Pokemon Go, and so they're all out bloody with their phones out. Oh, yeah, fucking Pikachu. Yeah, fucking Bulbasaur. Loads of them, literally, like, over 50. Millennials, fat, childless millennials with coloured, dyed hair in Pokemon t-shirts, vaping, playing Pokemon Go. Why don't you just fucking Pokemon Go home? Who's opening that door? Get out. Will not have it. Long dog, in your bed. Bed? There, look, you've got a fucking great expensive bed. There. That cost me a small fortune, that did. You should bloody well use it and be grateful. Wait, good girl. Anyway, yeah. Why don't they Pokemon Go home? Lobsters guys. New York has banned the sale of flavoured e-cigarettes. Cool. Police reveal huge seal helped them stop $1 billion worth of drugs getting into Australia. Okay, who's the fucking narc? Seal. Narc seal. Great. Now seals are grassing. Seals are in cahoots with the cops. Seals are old Bill. This is not good news. I don't see this as good news. Like, it's one thing having bloody cop dogs. Cop narc dogs. I thought dogs were supposed to be our best friends. Not fucking dobbing us in for having £1 million worth of gear on us. Pathetic. Now seals are at it. Well, they kind of look a bit like sort of sea dogs, don't they? Jim's dog looks like a seal. Could be a seal. 2 men were stopped from escaping a small island in Australia with 1 ton of illicit drugs after an angry seal got between them and freedom. Stuart Perry there of the Lab Bible. Look, more than 2,000 fetal remains found at home of abortion doctor. That is fucking grim. Jesus Christ. Indiana. In South Bend, Indiana. Man, 2,246 fetal remains. That's about the most grim thing I think I've heard in some time. Not the most grim thing I've seen. Someone sent me a WhatsApp video the other day which has chilled me worse than... I think I might have seen one of those Faces of Death videos when I was a kid, and they stuck with me for a long time. But I've not had a video stick with me, really like haunt me. It was about a week ago, and I don't even really want to particularly describe what it was, but it was a scene of... I don't want to think about it. I don't know why I've brought that up. Anyway, look, let's go on about shoe throwers. All I want to say is just watch out, on the WhatsApp groups, particularly when you've ex-squaddies in your WhatsApp group. That's when just say watch out, okay? They've got videos that are not good. Right, look, a lot of bits actually, a lot of good new bits. TC remix of Conrank, Drum in Time, nice bit. New Logistics, Hello, a good Saturday night special. It's called Waveforms. Call for Change, Frags. Mental Transition, Nick B, Frags remix. A couple of Frags bits, good old Fraggle Rock. Opposition, or is that's and DC Breaks also. Nice bit. A couple of Emperor bits on that he stuck out on his Bandcamp, on his own label. It's called Emperor's Shiny Big Gay Label. I think that's what the label's called. Another Mean Teeth bit off the Don't Mention the Artwork EP. And new Tantrum Desire bit called Step to the Sound. Guys, it's going to be a good week for shoe throwers. There's also, Ames sent me a screen grab from Facebook of someone in a D&B group, a young lady, saying she'd been out of the game for a while and just getting back into drum and bass and is now a bit confused by the new subgenre name. She's like, there's a subgenre of drum and bass called shoe throwers. It's really good. Found some good playlists on Spotify. I'm glad to see it's really starting to take shape. I'd never claim to invent the phrase. I'm just hoping to do my best to popularise it. But what have we got? Let's have this logistics bit. I think it'd probably be a nice way to start a Monday morning. Come on. It's fine. It's probably fine.
What I'm trying
waveforms, logistic. Lovely bit of gear. Did I say logistic? Logistics. Plural. There's 8 of them. 8 logistics. They're all drunk. They want your money. It's weird. How they get in your front room? What's going on? Where am I? The weekend's got to me. Hey, I had a weekend without a hangover. Can you imagine that? Not even like intentionally. I wasn't even like, oh, stuff the booze this weekend. Didn't. Just like Friday night. Stayed in. Did I? Yeah, maybe I did. Can't remember. No, that's not true. I don't even know. What did I do? Fuck. Yeah, the missus was back late. This is a shit story. Why bothering? I had about three drinks. Maybe 4 drinks. Saw Tracy Rose. He was shit-faced. It was like, I can't be long. Oh, do you want a half? I was like, I'll just have a shot. Okay. Double. Okay, fine. Yeah. Saturday, missus was out up in London. Let some women in business thing. Some like women in hospitality, fucking boss bitches of hospitality or something. Well, basically sitting around drinking champagne, eating lobster, and discussing how hard women have it. That's like a good afternoon. Anyway, look, so I stayed in, learnt some JavaScript, drank 2 beers, fine. Literally no problems there whatsoever. Shit story though. What are you gonna do about it? Where's the soundboard?
Cool story, bro.
There you go. Come on, we can do it. I guess we can just keep doing them off of air.
It's appalling.
It's not good. Guys, not less interested in this number plate thing. Anyway, it's BJ69. That's the situation. There's a bit of fun. I'd have had it. Don't know why people are complaining so much. People need to fucking well grow up. There was a woman recently who posted a picture in America, and her number plate said, with a combination of letters and numbers, said late for anal. And she got that changed, so I'm no longer late for anal. Just on time for it now. Pair spared jail for performing sex acts on a rush hour train. I mean, look at him. He is fit, right? Jesus, he looks like Mr. Punch. He looks like Mr. Punch, but he looks like he's had a go on that Simon Cowell face surgery thing where it makes the eyes sort of droop down at the side like that. Jesus, man, he's fit though, right? He's got one of those sort of alcoholics' noses, no lips to speak of. Just sort of looks like a cat's anus, and it's very thin, pointless hair. Why bother with it? You know. If your hair coverage is less than 20%, get rid of it all. Anyway, shame we can't get a better picture of her. I mean, I presume she looks fit from here. But so, I mean, basically, a couple of old fitties go at it on a train. Pissed. For your entertainment. Round of applause. Press F to pay respects. A couple who got amorous. Who got fucking fresh. Yeah? They got shit going. They started slanging, you know? Getting biblical, yeah? Getting biblical on the seats. It's getting it done. A couple who got amorous on a rush hour train continued, despite being asked to stop by a witness. When that dick too good to resist, what are you going to do? Deborah Tobin, don't know if she's related to Amon Tobin, possibly his mother. I don't know. Auntie? Not sure. Wouldn't like to speculate. Received oral sex and was digitally penetrated. They mean fingering. By Raymond Burr, 64, on a C2C. What's that called? I was going to say cause for concern then. That'd be C4C. On a C2C train from London to Basildon, Essex, last May. The pair had been drinking and was stopped by police when they arrived at Pitsea. Prosecutor, Big Paddy Duffy, said, the first witness was her grandson. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. There were children in the carriage, confirmed by a second witness, who said that there were children aged between 1 and 6 on the train. It was lewd behaviour. What the fuck is going on? I mean, it's not even like there are those slam door trains with the compartments anymore. Like, you could get away with some shit in there. But, no, not in this day and age. After the incident, the two got off the train at Pitsea and was stopped by a transport officer. Mr. Burr gave his name, but Miss Tobin gave her name as Janet Green. Hey, she's a wild woman. She's a coffee and means good times girl, and no mistake. The judge also heard that Tobin, who had been widowed shortly before the incident, how shortly? Hours? Days? Pleaded not guilty during her first court appearance in June this year, but changed her plea to guilty. She's not shy of a lie, is she? She pleaded guilty at Basildon Crown Court on August 2nd. Judge Samantha Lee said, it's deeply unpleasant, but I'm aware of the age and the lack of previous convictions. Okay, so if you're old and you haven't been in trouble before, fingering on a train, fine. Okay? Getting eaten out by geezer who looks like he's wearing a Bo Selector mask of his own face, it's fine. Tell you who he looks like. He looks like the yellow bastard out of Sin City. Where's he? Let's have a look. Yeah, yellow, but... God, he does as well. Look. It's the one with his face sort of to the side a bit more. Look, they've got the same nose, same head. No, hold on. Yeah. Look, there he is, the yellow bastard, alive and well. Even after it, didn't he get his dick cut off or something by, got his dick shot off by Bruce Willis. Yeah. Take away his weapons. Both of them. Oh, it's the guy. Oh no, they just look like each other. I thought the guy from Breaking Bad played him, but it's not. They just look like each other. Yeah, and look, he's down on his luck, isn't he? Since he's had his unit shot off, he's just taken to just fingering and eating out. I mean, maybe he didn't even get. Maybe he wasn't even naked. Anyway, the judge also heard that Tobin, who had been widowed shortly before the incident, initially pleaded not guilty during her first court appearance in June. But yeah, we just heard that. That's literally... Oh, no, or did I just read it? Anyway, they're both adults and are capable of making their own decisions. You were travelling back from London on a C-to-C train when you engaged in lewd behaviour. One of the witnesses had her young grandson with her. Oh. It wasn't the grandson of them. That's because that's sort of the insinuation there. The first witness was with her grandson, not was her grandson. Like this woman didn't have grandchildren with her. Okay, fine. Okay. One of the witnesses had a young grandson with her and could see what was going on. She stood up and spoke to you. She asked you to desist. Please desist with the fingering. I compel you. I compel you to desist with the fingering on the cunnilingus. This is a train. This is a carriage of the people. A public space. My grandson is only 6, and he does not know of these things. We're saving it till later. There are other children in the carriage, and 6 p.m. is a busy time. God, yeah. You were both drinking at the time. So why is that? It does sound like the judge is telling them certainly what they already know. Burr was told to carry out 100 hours of community service, while Tobin was told to do 150 hours. Oh, dear. Deary, deary me. Why do you think that was? Do you think that was because she was the one receiving the fingering and the cunnilingus? Or do you think it's because she's a liar? She's lied twice. Let's just slap an extra 50 hours on. Or do you think they're being hard on her because she's a woman and they hate women? Maybe. This is a female judge, right? Yep. Judge Samantha Lee. Yep. Bitches always fucking over bitches. What you gonna do about it? Anyway, that's a nice light-hearted story to start off the week with. Right. Woman makes £80,000 a year from posting pictures of her long tongue. God bless her. How long do you think you can get away with that as a career? Lad Bible here being reported by our friend Dominic Smithers, my boy, my hero. Let's have a look at this tongue. Come on. Yep. Michaela. Saravia. Wow, that's a long one. That is long. Okay, she's doing lollipops. She's got it pierced. Okay, yeah, I see what the appeal is now. Yeah, she's doing a lot of licking. Wow. I think I've seen her with... Yeah, she's from Florida, obviously. I think I've seen her with Damn Long Neck and Damn Wide Neck. And that fat guy, what's he called? Gucci Berry or something. Yeah, I see where she's going with this. That's fine. She has 2 million Instagram followers. Wow. This is what people want. I mean, this is another sign of the end times, really, isn't it? 2 million Instagram followers for having a long tongue. And I don't know how many fucking damn long neck has. I mean, he's quite the sight. I mean, I'm a fan. Obviously, I follow. And wide neck, he's still in prison, sadly, but he'll be out soon. His management keeps saying. Michaela, who has around 2 million Instagram followers, said she gets paid between 900 and 3,000 for sharing photos and videos of her licking food items and or twerking. The model posts an array of snaps where she is sticking out her huge tongue while dressed in swimwear or lingerie, with fans often comparing her to a snake or a lizard. There she is. Yep, she's got a big booty as well. That always helps. Can't argue with it. Business is so good for the 21-year-old that she even flogs merchandise on her website with logos featuring her now trademarked tongue. She launched her very own, I don't know how you would say that, KKVSH. KKVSH. Is that supposed to be pronounced cash? Featuring her latest products. Her very own app, Cash, featuring her latest products and merchandise, including shirts, phone holders, chargers, and sex toys. Is there like a tongue-shaped sex toy? There should be. Wow. I think it's also because it's kind of pointy. I think that's... I bet she's got an OnlyFans account. Oh, Lord of mercy. Talk about bloody Pokemon. There she goes. She's got Pikachu bikini on. A lot of tongue work. She's got a Pokeball there. I don't know if she's just birthed it. She's just sired that Pokeball. Laid it. She's just laid a Pokeball. Speaking about her unique talent, I don't know if you call it a talent, Michaela said, I realised at a young age... Oh, sorry, I'll do the voice. I realised at a young age in that lake, I think the 6th grade or something, I think outside the box. What? And try to be different. What? Not realised that you had a massive tongue. No, realised at 6th grade that she was an out-of-the-box kind of thinker. And tried to be different. My favourite video I asked me Thanksgiving shoot. It was pretty funny. I pretended to be a turkey and that on the table. I do ads and monetize my YouTube and my app. I also sell merch on my website www.kkvsh.com. Last year I made a little under 50 grand in that leg. I should be better this year. We have already doubled that. And fans can't get enough of us, like thousands commenting on everything she posts. Oh, yeah. One wrote, I love your tongue, it is delicious. A second follower said, her tongue is like a snake. Another said, can I make a tattoo of your face on my hand? But despite her blossoming fame, the self-proclaimed anime fan says she's just a regular gal who enjoys reading comic books for hours. Okay, so she's going for that gamer boy market. Fair enough, understandable, got no demographic. She said, I wish people understood that I'm very down to earth in that lake. Some people think that people lot followers cocky and bougie in that lake. But I'm pretty down to earth. Have you seen the size of our fucking tongue? And she also opened her own photo studio at her home in West Palm Beach, Florida, and also makes her own music. Great. Plans a couple of songs in oncoming months. I can see her thrashing possibly a single hit out of it, and why not? The influencer now hopes to take her company to new heights in order to lend a helping hand to her family and others in need. Lovely stuff. She said, my biggest inspiration, that's like me ma. I love her. She's a strong woman in that lake. Yeah, I'm proud of her accomplishments, being so young, and she's proud of us like that. So young and owning a fucking company off the back of me, a long fucking tongue. Anyway, go on me OnlyFans that I can show you a picture of me licking a bumhole. Maybe I'd have a rib removed, can lick me own bumhole. Aye, 40 quid a pick. Not bad, is it? I mean, hey, you got to make a pound note, ain't you? Got to make a pound note. Let's have this Crybaby bit by Emperor. It's good gear. Good gear. Smash that fucking like button if you would like. I'd be so thankful. So thankful. Cry Baba by Emperor Baba. Crybaby by Emperor. It's on his label, which I think is just his name. It's called like Connor or something. It's like Connor's label or something like that. I don't even know, Natalie. More than 2,000 fetal remains found at home of abortion doctor. This is grim, but yeah, let's get into it. More than 2,000 medically preserved. Fetal remains have been found at the home of an abortion doctor who passed away on the 3rd of September. Authorities in Illinois have said Ulrich Kolpfer used to operate a women's health facility in South Bend, but according to WNDU, his license was suspended in 2015. The 2,246 fetal remains were found on Thursday at his home in Will County, around 45 miles from Chicago. The Will County Coroner's Office in Illinois said in a statement it received a call from an attorney representing his family who had discovered what appeared to be the remains of fetuses. This is so grim. This is This is not good. The family asked for assistance in properly removing them. Which was when detectives arrived at the property and found the medically preserved remains. The statement also confirmed the coroner's office took them away and the family is fully cooperating with the investigation. It said there is no evidence to suggest that any medical procedures were conducted at the property. Oh, that's good. A press release from the Will County Sheriff's Office said on September the 12th, 2019 at approximately 3:30. Anyway, he died. An attorney informed the coroner's office that while going through the person's personal property, they discovered what appeared to be fucking loads of little things in a jar. Man, that's this God, Jesus, God. Kopfler used to operate the Women's Pavilion in South Bend, as well as an abortion clinic in Fort Wayne and Gary. Yeah, he gets about a bit. However, according to the WNDU, the Indiana Medical Licensing Board voted to suspend his license indefinitely back in 2015. Fox 59 reports that his medical license was suspended following accusations that he failed to report an abortion performed on a 13-year-old girl. Whew. Right, bloody hell. Yeah, well, that's probably enough of that, really. This, perhaps a little bit more amusing. I presume from Florida. Yep, Florida. Okay, ex-con 48 convicted of wet willy attacks is back behind bars. Rough, man. A man convicted of battery after subjecting his longtime girlfriend to a wet willy is back behind bars after allegedly violating terms of his probation sentence, records show. I didn't know wet willies were illegal because I guess they could be considered assault. Long dog's asleep. She looks so sweet. Just don't wake up. You've ruined it. Joseph Cerisi, 48, is scheduled for an October 14th probation violation hearing in the Fort Pierce, Florida courthouse. Cerisi, who is locked up without bond in the county jail, is accused of refusing weekly urinalysis tests and moving residences without informing his probation officer. Seen right, Cerisi was arrested last year for battering his 54-year-old live-in girlfriend. The woman told cops she came home from work one evening to find Cerisi drunk laying on the living room floor. Earlier in the day, the woman wrote in a witness statement, the intoxicated Cerisi called her at work and said, "Order me a pizza, bitch, now." Oh, God. The victim said that Cerisi was arguing with her and being rude and began grabbing her hand and pulling her arm. He then continued by giving her a wet willy, sticking his finger in her ear. Well, you got to lick the finger first. That's the wet element of it. When questioned by cops, Cerisi admitted he gave the victim a wet willy, but didn't mean to upset her. Wet willy is a shorthand term for a saliva-dampened digit, and it's jammed into the ear of an unsuspecting victim. Since Cerisi's rap sheet included a burglary conviction for which he was sentenced to 3 years in a state prison, the wet willy attack was charged as a felony battery. Fucking hell. Just another day in Florida. Cerisi pleaded no contest. No contest. The charge and was sentenced in December to 5 years probation and the 126 days in jail he had already served. He was also ordered to pay fines and court costs totaling about $1,150. As part of his probation, Cerisi was required to undergo a substance abuse evaluation and submit to weekly urinalysis testing. He was also barred from using any drugs without a prescription and was not allowed to have any contact with the victim unless an emergency arose with the pair's daughter. So he obviously has violated that by refusing to take the urine test, moving without telling them, and now he's back in the clink. Imagine getting done on a felony battery charge for wet willying your missus. Jeez, it doesn't bear thinking about what... I'll be in big trouble. It would be, yeah. Both of us would be. I don't know. Yeah, God. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, look. It's nearly the end of the show, guys. We'll have another shoe thrower, and then we can all just think about what we've got to do for the rest of the week. I proposed in the VIP lounge of the Discord the other day, like, hey, maybe thinking about changing the time this Coffee and Memes is on, maybe an hour earlier, maybe 2 hours earlier. Anyone up for that? 100% resounding no. So I guess I'll shelve that idea. What have we got? There's this DC breaks and opposition bit is it's very jump uppy. It's very jump uppy. Let's have this Frags bit. It's Frags and a few other people, I think, or maybe just Frags. I don't know, man, but he's involved. He's a good boy. He's flying the Portuguese flag high and proud, and just getting it done, and just slanging. It's called Call for Change. Oh, Matty Wright said that he wouldn't mind a time change. Well, cheers, buddy boy. You will surely be rewarded in the afterlife. Okay, I'm going to change the time of coffee and memes to 6 a.m. and it's going to be 10 minutes long. It's going to be me screaming for 10 minutes. Ah! Yeah, it's Frags, Call for Change. Featuring La Medusa. Yep, there you go. Fertility clinic ordered to release sperm donor list after white couple have Asian baby. What's wrong with an Asian baby, eh? Fucking cute. Yeah? Big cheeks, fucking adorable. What's your problem? You're racist. Eh? Hey! A white couple in the US, who have now split up, oh dear, have filed lawsuits after a fertility clinic mixed up results in the woman giving birth to an Asian baby. Well, they must really hate Asians. That's rough. Christiana Koderreich and her ex-husband Drew Wazalewski have both set, we'll just call them Chris and Drew, yeah, have both separately filed lawsuits at the Superior Court of New Jersey in Essex County, claiming they paid £500,000 to the Institute of Reproductive Medicine and the Science at St. Barnabas to have a child together. All right, you'd be razzed off if you paid them £500,000 and they didn't give you what you wanted. However, after the pair provided their sperm and egg, okay, yeah, I thought, I thought that it was just a sperm bank. I thought that it was like, they weren't expecting to have a child that they would be necessarily related to. However, after the pair provided their sperm and egg in November 2012 and had a daughter in 2013, they began to notice their child was developing Asian features, as well as a blood disorder that is associated with Southeast Asian heritage, according to the court documents. Okay, so maybe it's not the issue that the baby was Asian, it's the issue that the baby is faulty in some way. Subsequent DNA test revealed that the dad was not the father. Rough, man. That's a rough turn of events. News which is said to have devastated him. Unsurprisingly, neither of them could believe a mix-up like this had happened. I mean, it's rough, isn't it? That is rough. It's neither of their faults. You can't blame it on the wife. It's not like, listen, what? Where you been? You've been out a lot recently. Come on. According to NJ.com, Chode Ryder said in her deposition, he was crying, I was crying. I called the IRMS the next day and asked, how could this be possible? Could this really be possible? Last month, Superior Court Judge Keith Lynott in Essex County released an order demanding the IRMS release the names of the men and women who used their clinic at the same time as the couple, as well as those who worked there. More specifically, it could request details of who was supervising the lab technician who conducted the procedure and all the Asian men whose sperm were thorn during the time period. I bet you £10 it comes out that the guy that did the treatment was Asian. I bet you. This is happening. There was that dude in Holland, wasn't it? Who had he ran the sperm bank, and funnily enough, he had 80 kids out there. They've also demanded the clinic investigate all the possible women who may have wrongly ended up with the other dude's sperm. Okay, so there could be some Asian couples out there with white kids. Little swap. Come on, maybe they'll have a little swap meet or something. Everyone brings their kids. One looks a bit more like you. Why don't you take that one? That one looks kind of like me, I guess. Similar hair. Yeah, all right, I'll take it. Sure. God, what an absolute shit show. According to the Daily Mail, Guy said in his deposition, I would very much like to be involved. I think as children, you want to know who and where you came from. And I believe I'm a very good person. And I'd like to know who I am as a person, learn about me as much as I learned about my mother and father. The couple are seeking damages, claiming the mistake was a catalyst for their divorce. Dad's lawyer, David Maisie, said the client deserved to know what had happened to his sperm, just as the girl is entitled to know the genetics of her father. He said, what happened to the father's sperm that he does not know about. This little girl is entitled to know her genetic history. She's entitled to know if there were any medical disorders. Ron Torresian, a spokesperson for the IRMS, told Lad Bible the allegations were being thoroughly examined. Imagine being a fertility clinic embroiled in this madness and then having fucking Jake Massey from Lad Bible on your case for comment. Like, Jake Massey, Lad Bible. So do you know where the missing spunk's gone? Are you mixing your spunk up? Because we've got lads that need to know. We've got fucking lads out there that want to know about the mix-up in the spunk bank. So how long have you been running a spunk bank for? Yeah? Mixing up the Asian spunk and the white spunk, eh? Bit of fun. Yeah, you putting a bit of your own spunk in there? Just wanking off into a cup late at night? Razzing it in there? How does this spunk bank work? Jake Massey, Lag Bible. Fuck's sake. Care to comment on the spunk mix-up? Fuck me. What, are you having fucking orgies? What, are you having a bukkake party in there? What's going on? Yeah. Anyway, our lads need to know. They said, we're an organisation comprised of passionate, maybe a little too passionate, dedicated medical professions whose singular mission is to help our patients build their families. The integrity of our treatment processes are paramount. We are taking this matter very seriously. As such, we are thoroughly examining the alleged incident, which is said to have occurred in 2012. I've waited a while to announce it. The patient privacy is blah, 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 blah. Anyway, also, the IRMS is saying the couple probably spent closer to £50,000, not £500,000 that they claimed. All right, something is amiss here. I think there is something amiss. Maybe this lass has been It's been playing away. Now they're just looking for a quick buck. Blame it on the sperm bank. I don't know. Listen, I'm no expert in anything. Literally nothing. There is no subject out there that I know more about than the common man. And the common man knows fuck all. So I'm just putting that out there. Guys, it's the end of the show. Thank you for listening. It's Monday. And look, you've got another 5 days, to try and get your shit together before it all collapses again at the weekend. So, what you want, really, is it for over the course of the week, your shit till you got together and then fall apart. But it not to fall apart to a point lower than the Monday, yeah? So you're going to go up like this. Yeah, you see what I mean? That's the goal. Okay, just think about that, would you? Guys, thank you to everyone supporting on Patreon. You're wonderful folks. Without you, I would not be able to do the show. So, thank you very much. And if you want to support this show, if you want to keep it going, if you want it to be longer, if you want it to be, better, really, because, it's not good at the moment, but it could be. Maybe one day, Maybe there was more budget behind it. If you want to get involved, you can go to threshold.fm, go to the donate page, or there is the Patreon link in the comments. No, not the comments, the details of the YouTube video. And sign up, throw a few shekels our way, We'll spend it wisely. And you can join the ranks of Greg Conford, Oliver Hooper, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matty Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, John Finison, BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grief, Cooper, Gennady Lightfield, James Parry, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Squiffington, Liam the Menace Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, Guy With No STD, James MC, Josh Rinsborough, Humphrey, Shibby T, Coco Shiva, Dan Elton, Taran Wilmore, Mr. Pope, Dark Progressives, Icon, Sashi, Superior Debate, Drum and Bass, Kris Breaks, The Bill, Karissa Barthelson, Odin Bates, Lee Fuller, D, Daniel Gemby, Flaxis, Matt Wright, Grant Sullivan, Tom Robinson, Dab Smasher, Connor Smythe, Kevin Kaiser, Chris Shaw, Cosmic Wolf, Meatloaf, Nick Brock, Sean Simpson, Robin Card, Hugh Downer, Sarah Hunt, The Hitch Bus, El Take, Will A, Ben Virgo, Den Tweed, Lupe Salazar, Big Watch, My Hill, Mighty Danny, Nick Fleming, Carl Lewis, Gordon and Liz, Carl Williams, Tom Skipper, George, unfortunately it's George DC, Anthony Sharp, Claudio Lushmere, Bennett, Drem Roche, Timid, John Forsyth Anderson, PSN Godlike, MC Hammer Daddy, and Leonardo Yeves. Guys, thank you. I will see you all tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. For more foolishness, more hijinks, more skullduggery, more of this. I've been very triggered this show. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I refreshed after the weekend. It's towards the end of the week that the triggering really. That's where I really. I just suggested that you make your week sort of get better. One goes down, doesn't it? And then the weekend is a refresh, and it's sort of the opposite. Anyway, guys, listen. I'll see you tomorrow at 10. I love you. Goodbye.